That's a pretty beautiful name, Madhushrava. Madhushrava. He hears nectar. So hearing about a mouse is qualified for Madhushrava? Yes? Okay. So little mouse, he lived on the altar. Just behind the altar he had a little house. Madhushrava, are you listening? He had a little house. The mouse lived in a house under the altar. And you want to know how he lived? He was fat. You want to know how he got fat? He used to eat ghee. Do you eat ghee? Do you eat a lot of ghee? Do you eat only ghee? It's a little mouse that only ate ghee. And where did he get the ghee? Because the little lamps are made with ghee. And so oftentimes when the pujaris would offer a ghee lamp, it would burn only part way, but it would leave a nice little depository of ghee for the mouse. So he'd come out every night and he'd find the half-burned wicks and then he'd eat the ghee. And one night during Kartik, the little mouse came under the altar and the Bajari had just finished Artik. And he had offered the lamp and then left it to the side. And there was just a tiny little spark on the lamp still, although the flame had gone out. So the mouse came over. He was so hungry, he started eating the ghee. And his tooth got caught on the cotton. It couldn't come off. And then the ghee lamp, it reignited. And there was a little flame coming from it. It was burning his whiskers because it was caught on his tooth. So the little mouse, because he was trying to put it out, he started jumping up and down like this. The mouse jumped. And he had a little flame in his mouth from the ghee wick. And on the altar was Lord Narayan. And he saw the mouse jumping up and down. And he thought, oh, it's Kartik. He's offering me a lamp. And in his next life, the little mouse became a very devoted Brahmin. And after that, he went back to Godhead. That's the story of the mouse. What do you think, Madhushrava? What did he say? You translate for him. And you tell me what he said. It was good? It was good. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best story you ever heard, and 1 being you wish I never brought it up. Where do you think it was on a scale of 1 to 10, Madhushrava? 8? 10! Good boy. So that's one of the ways in which the Kartik Mahatmya told how important it was to offer a lamp. It's just so charming that Krishna appreciates that devotees bring a simple thing, like a little lamp, so thoughtful. Because when you offer a lamp, how do you feel? Did you have any experiences when you're offering your lamp, what you felt or what you thought? Does anybody want to say? 1, 2. Arman, we're going to get you a mic because we really care. We really care what you have to say, and we want everybody to hear it.
I felt love for Krishna, and I also felt kind of peaceful when I was offering the lamps. Like all my worries kind of went away.
Love, peace, and all your worries went away. That's nice.
It feels simple and intimate.
It's such a simple act, right? Offering a lamp, but it's so intimate at the same time. Those two words are really nicely put together. Anybody else? What was your experience? Be daring and active in passing the mic around.
I have a gratitude and thankful for Krishna to give his mercy. Every day we did with a family. We do the Aarti of ghee lamp every day of Kartik Maharaj.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
When you're at home and you do it with the family, then everyone feels gratitude. Sukeshri.
today was kind of sad since it's the last day. I was just looking at Madan Mohan. It's like we'll be doing this again only next year.
Yeah, when you come to the end of a rut or a great opportunity to worship Krishna, then there is that sense of loss and sadness, isn't it? I always feel like, I could have done more. Couldn't I have done a little more? And it's good to have, because when we come to the end of a yatra and we feel, I don't want to go home, or we want it to go on, or you know how when we chant the whole Bhagavad Gita together, no one says that was too long. Everyone says, can we do it again tomorrow? Those are spiritual feelings. It's a small sample of the Anandam Buddhivardhanam, the ever-expanding ocean of happiness that comes from spiritual practice. And it's good to feel separation like that. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Amira.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So when I offer my ghee lamp, sometimes it just feels like it's just me and Krishna, even though there's lots of devotees in front and behind me. But it's like very intimate. It's like an intimate feeling where it's just me and the deities just having a connection.
And Krishna can do that, right? We can think of different instances when there are lots of other devotees there, but they all feel like I'm the only one that Krishna's looking at. Who can think of a couple instances? Yes. Just tell one.
The Rasa dance with the gopis.
When
Krishna expanded himself.
You're right. They all felt like Krishna's dancing with me alone, but he was dancing with everyone. Very good. Where else?
I'm forgetting the exact verse, but when Krishna enters the battlefield, everyone has their own personal relationship with him, and they see him as like their lover, their friend.
Are you thinking of when he goes into the wrestling arena?
Yeah. Wrestling arena.
I think we might have even put that verse up, right? Maybe. Maybe while we were away, I asked Chamalangi to add it to the list. Try to sneak another one in there. Yes. It's a nice example. Yes? Partner and Gita Priya? Don't take hers.
During Govardhan Lila, when Krishna is holding up the mountain, Govardhan mountain, all of the gopis are thinking like, oh my God, he's so sweet, and Yashoda Mai is like, oh my God, his hand must be so tired, and then Madhu Mangal's just making like he's laughing, and just like everyone's just like having their own time with Krishna, and they're all thinking like, oh, he's only looking at me, like, although they're all surrounding him, so he's obviously not looking single at anyone. But
that's a really nice remembrance of Govardhan Puja part, and it's one of the most striking aspects of the Govardhan Lila, that all the devotees want to be with Krishna 24 hours a day, and how many days a week? What does that spell out to? 24/7. And now you know where that idea came from. Came 7-Eleven, 24/7, all those ideas came from Govardhan Hill. So all the devotees wanted to be with Krishna 24/7, but each one of them had their unique time slot, and the rest of the time they had to feel separation. Who had which time slots during the day? You say. Anushri, go ahead. When did Krishna spend time? What times did he uniquely spend with?
He spent time with his friends during the day, and then at night he snuck out to meet the gopis.
Yep. What about his parents? Time for his parents?
When he came home from herding the cows.
Yeah, and then everyone wanted to be with him, and they all felt separation from him, even if it was just separation for a few seconds. And so he arranged that, like Part was saying, so he could be with everyone all at once, and they could all reciprocate with him at the same time. As he's Rasaraj, he can have, he's the king of all rasas. He can have relationships with everyone all at the same time. What's yours?
In Dvarka, he expanded himself 16,108 times.
Who was there to report about it?
Narada Muni.
Yeah, Narada went around to all the palaces of the queens where Krishna was staying, and he saw that Krishna had a unique expansion in each one of the palaces, where he looked the same, but he was doing different activity in each place, and each one of the queens thought, he's only with me. Another one, Sharad.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Yeah, from yesterday's lecture, I remembered the story of Shrutakirti and Bahulashva, when Krishna, he expands himself and all the sages, the Saptarishi, in two expansions, and then he visits Shrutakirti at his house, and then Bahulashva in the palace, and both the king and the Brahmana thought that they were the only ones seeing Krishna that day.
Very good. Nice remembrance. Yes. Vedant.
Adding on to what Parth said, so during Kaishwara class, we learned that during the Govardhan hill, when Krishna was lifting it with his pinky, some of the cowherd boys, they take their sticks and they try to push up the Govardhan hill, and they think, oh, I'm helping Krishna, it's all me. And then what's bittersweet is like Krishna would sometimes, like, he'd say, oh, I see what's happening, and then he'd lower the mountain, and they'd say, oh no, Krishna, please help me. And then Krishna would lift it back up. So yeah, they thought they had like a personal relationship.
You got so much out of Kartik, all these beautiful remembrances of Leela. Thank you, Vedant. That was fantastic. What'd you do, grow up while I was on Kartik? All of a sudden you're a young man and not a boy. Yeah, so Krishna has that way of being with all of his devotees all the time. And you can think also, here in the material world, he never leaves any living entity alone. Even the ones who aren't Krishna conscious, they're not conscious of him, but nonetheless, he still comes as the Paramatma. Is that true? Can you prove it? How would you prove something? You'd give a verse from somewhere, right? Say yes. So who has a verse without repeating any of the ones we said yesterday? The Krishna goes with the living entity within every heart, everyone's heart. Okay, we got some pundits warming up back here. Go ahead, Prabhu.
In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishto matta smriti jnanam apohanam cha vedesya sarveraham vedetyo vedanta krut veda videva chaham. So I am present as super soul in the heart of each and every living entity, and from me comes the remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness.
There it is, proof positive. So Kartik, congratulations to everyone for staying steady through Kartik, chanting your rounds, coming and offering a lamp. And these are precious times. You just think we only get a set number of Kartiks in one lifetime, right? You try to take advantage of each one. And thankfully, we have so many other festivals and special days to take advantage of. As you mentioned, Sukeshwari Devi, there's a way that we feel a little bit at a loss just after this, the end. So then we could always attach ourselves to the next one. Right? So what's next? What do we want to attach ourselves next to? Gita Jayanti? Okay. And memorizing the 7th chapter? That ought to keep us busy, right? Yeah. Okay.